Okay, so y'all saw the title of this video, and my answer to that is no. I really don't. I really don't want kids. Like, I don't. First reason is it's expensive as hell. It really is. I mean, it's you know it's one thing when it's just you taking care of you, and how expensive it is for you to take care of you. But it's a whole nother thing when you're taking care of another human being. Like, not only it's expensive to take care of you, but it's also expensive to take care of another human being that you are raising under you, which which puts a lot of financial stress on a person. I'm not even gonna lie. It in fact does, because you know I see all these parents, man. I see how stressed and depressed they get, and and I can understand how being a parent is not an easy job, because y'all gotta do a lot. Y'all gotta make sure these kids are fed. Y'all gotta make sure these kids are clothed. Y'all gotta make sure these kids have a roof over their head. Y'all gotta make sure that these kids are up, going to school. I to all you parents out there, I salute you. Even with you parents that have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids, possibly 10 kids, living with y'all under one roof. Like, oh my God, I salute y'all, because it can't be me. I'm sorry. It can't be me. It can't be me. And I know what y'all thinking, like, oh well, you're young, of course, you're not gonna think that, but when you get older, even when I hit 30 or like 40, I'm not gonna think about kids, like, for real. Like, I'm 26 now. Like, I'm not gonna think about kids. I don't know. Like, who do I look like thinking about bringing kids into this world? Like, it's already expensive enough to take care of a child in general. Like, I'm not in all that. I really do not see myself being a father. Like, I really don't. Because being a parent, it like you're bearing a lot of responsibility when you're taking care of somebody that's like literally under your wing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It ain't for me. I don't see it. For me, it's not in the cards, because I don't see myself being a parent, honestly. And two, they're very loud. They're nasty. They they're just a bursting ball of energy. They like to run around and stuff. I'm like, hey, if y'all don't sit down somewhere, like, y'all, like, can y'all sit down somewhere, please? Like, please, like, don't nobody want to get up and chase y'all. Like, sit down somewhere. And boy, like, I see these parents today. Some of these parents today, they don't care. They don't care. Like, they just let their kids say whatever, do whatever. They try to be friends and pals with their kids. And let me tell you something. It couldn't be me. Like, it really couldn't be me. Simply because I was brought up in a two-parent household where my mom was old school and my dad was old school. So ain't no buddy, ain't no being friends, ain't none of that going on. But none of that was going on when I was coming up. Ain't none of that going on. So the fact that, I'm sorry, y'all, excuse me sorry, I had to brighten up my light. Sorry. So it can't be me, bro. Cause like if I bring you into this world, like I'm not gonna be buddy with you. I'll like listen. I'll be cool with you, but like I'm not gonna be like your friend or your homeboy or your pal. Like no, I'm gonna be your dad. Like I'm gonna be your dad, and whatever I say, it goes. If I tell you to go to bed at a certain time, that's what it is. If I tell you to be in the house at a certain time, that's what it is. But like these parents today, man, they're another reason why I don't want to have kids, because a lot of these parents, they don't care. They just let their kids do whatever. They let their kids say whatever. You know, you know what's so funny? I've seen a lot of parents, on social media, recording their kids, more specifically their daughters, twerking and doing all that ungodly stuff. And I'm like, why are you letting your daughter do that on social media? And see, that's another reason. You have these parents, these parents today, more specifically these millennial parents, they're just being friends with their kids. And it's like, no, you gotta let them know. Like there's gotta be a boundary. Like there has to be a boundary, a healthy boundary, might I add. There has to be a boundary between you and your child. Like a healthy boundary. Okay? Just want to be specific about that. Okay, so one, it's expensive. Two, these parents today are the reason why I lost motivation to have kids, simply because they don't care. Three, you know, I see a lot of people just having kids just for the hell of it. Like I don't think they ever think about like the financial aspect of it. I don't think they think about the mental and emotional aspect of it, which, I do think about stuff like that. Coming from somebody who doesn't have kids, I think about stuff like that, and it's like, well, damn, is it worth it? Because I I see a lot of parents tell their kids, you know, they tell their kids stuff more than one time, and the kids, they don't want to listen. They want to rebel against their parents. Like they don't they don't want to they don't want to take they don't want to take the wisdom. They don't want to intake the wisdom that their parents are giving them. And it's like, no. Because if I'm telling you to do something, and you're not going to do it, then is I'm going to put you in your place as your parent. I will put you in your place as your parent, because I'm telling you to do something. And why there's no need for me to repeat myself over and over again, simply because you don't want to listen to what I'm telling you to do. These kids today, they don't care. They don't listen. They just they just out of control. These kids are just out of control. And I do blame these parents today, more specific, again, like specifically these millennial parents, because they just you know they let their kids, they let their kids just do whatever. They let their kids say whatever. And when you have somebody who is not their parent correct them, then you have the parents saying, "Oh, why are you correcting my child? He's just a child. She's just a child. Like, why are you trying to correct my child?" Like, your child is acting like a menace out here in public, and you're just gonna let that happen? Like, boy, it couldn't be me. It could not be me. Because I've seen a lot of kids like in stores and stuff like that. I've seen some kids act out towards their parents, right? Like more specifically, like middle-aged school kids. Like I've seen them like disrespect their parents, like put their hands on their parents, and the parents they 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 just want they act soft and gentle to them. I'm like, wow, like first of all, like why are you being soft and gentle with your child? Like why are you not laying down the gauntlet as the parent? As the parent, you're supposed to be laying down the gauntlet. You're supposed to be like, hey, listen, you got one more damn time to be acting up in the store, and it's gonna be a problem. Like that's how you that's you laying down the gauntlet. But no, some of you parents, y'all, excuse my language, but some of you parents today are just some careless, pussy ass people. Lord, it couldn't be me. But yo, not only that, another thing too. It's getting more expensive. It's getting more and more expensive to live. Like I don't want to. Like I really don't want to bring my kids into this world knowing that it's going to get more and more expensive over the years for them just to live. Like just for them to basically live. Like just for them to, make sure they have food and make sure they have a shelter, make sure that they have clothes. It's getting more and more expensive every year. Excuse me. It seems like, excuse me. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry y'all had to hear that. But it's getting more and more expensive year after year after year. And like I don't want my kids to go through that. I don't want my kids to go through a life where they have to, you know, get up, work, pay bills. They have to, make sure that, their rent is paid. They have to make sure that their light bill is paid and all this stuff. Like I don't want my kids to go through that. Like I really don't. Like I don't know, y'all. But, I can't I really don't see myself being a father because our government is making it harder and harder and harder for us to live. And they're making it harder and harder and harder for our kids and our grandkids to live as well when they get older. So that's it. That's all I got to say. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Do y'all think it's worth it to have kids? Like, do y'all really think it's worth it to have kids? I mean, me personally, I'm not gonna have kids. I don't think I'll ever have kids. I may be young now, but I really do think over time, later down the line, I'm still not gonna have any kids. But that's it. That's all I got to say. All right, I'm out. Peace. Oh, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. All right, peace.